All right, welcome back to the podcast. Two protects one. We're back. All right, we're back. I took a little hiatus, took a couple days off, and when I do, blacks attack. All right, it's just that simple. I mean, I didn't do it. Don't be mad at me. All right, but there was a tragic event that happened over the weekend, and that tragic event just happened to be another senseless act of black on white crime. I mean, it's starting to get a little ridiculous, all right? So apparently you can just stab anybody you want at any random time, as long as, as long as it's socially acceptable. I don't think it's socially acceptable, but we're pretty fucking close, all right? Let's just call it what it is. We're pretty close to it being socially acceptable, okay? I've read some comments online, and I've heard from a wide variety of people. Let's put it that way. Maybe I'll discuss here in a minute. But let's go ahead and get into this. This is, I can't really pronounce this lady's name, but she was a Ukrainian immigrant. Came over in 2022. Her name is Iryna Zartuska, maybe? I know I'm fucking that up. But this story is sad. It is messed up, and in reality, it's just a reality we live in today. Okay? And it's that simple. And you can say, well, you're just sensationalizing things, or you're just being over dramatic. No. No, you need to have your head on a swivel. You need to be watching yourself at all times, especially if you live in big cities and you're taking public transit. It's not a good idea, okay? Especially if you're a smaller white woman getting onto public transit. You shouldn't have your back turned to anybody, okay? Just so happens that in this situation, it was a black person, all right? And, yeah. It wasn't good. The end result was not good. But we're going to pull up the video and watch it. Of course, it's edited. You're not going to see it. But this young lady, I think 22 years old, 23, something like that, tragically lost her life over the weekend. And it's just not good. Okay, so we're going to pull it up. We're going to watch it. It's a sad story, but it's one that needs to be, I believe, needs to be brought out for awareness purposes. Just when you think you're safe, just when you think, you're having a good day, nobody's going to bother you. You just got off your, you just got off a work shift, or this is what it looks like to me. She just got off work. She's taking public transit home, and then the tragedy happens. So let me go ahead and pull this up, and we'll take a look at it.
It's 9:46 p.m. You'll notice right away, this looks like any other ride aboard the light rail. People are doing what they do these days, keeping to themselves, scrolling on their phones as they ride along. The man accused in the killing, DeCarlos Brown, is in the red hoodies on the right side of your screen. He appears to be maybe a little emotional, perhaps a little agitated, but nothing disruptive. There's nothing that gets anyone's attention. About 30 seconds later, Iryna Zartuska boards. She's wearing a hat and a t-shirt.
So the one thing I notice is that anytime there's a black person involved in some kind of tragic event, some kind of brutal murder or killing or something, they instantly start making excuses. Okay, so if this was a white guy sitting in this same train car and they knew this event happened where, you know, he brutally murders this girl, they would be like, the white man is in the back seat, waiting to pounce on this unsuspected black person. And they're back there plotting with 400 years of slavery in mind. They want to turn back the hands of time and put these people back in chains. And that's what he's thinking about before he attacks. You know, you got to listen to the subtle bullshit that these people do. Okay? And that's what it is. It's bullshit. They don't get to the real facts. They're like, oh, he's back there dealing with emotional turmoil. Fuck your emotional turmoil. Fuck your oppression, your systematic oppression. Oh, he's been oppressed, man. He's living in the projects. He's this, he's that. All these fucking excuses. There's no excusing this. And if you excuse it online and you try to make it, you try to minimize it, make it less than what it is, I'm going to call you out as a fucking racist. So, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. You can't have it both ways, boys. Can't have it both ways. But anyway, let's. I don't know if this video will go on YouTube because I got a feeling that YouTube is going to strike me over it. But here we go.
From a pizzeria, and she sits in the row in front of Brown. She has earbuds in and is looking at her phone. She too is just minding her own business. They ride along.
Minding her own fucking business. Minding her. How many white people here lately have been minding their own fucking business and get attacked? All right. And if you're sitting there wondering, like, oh man, you know, there's not black people attacking white people, do your research. There's been plenty of black on white crimes here lately, and it seems to be getting worse. You know, and if you can figure it out, like what this young woman did to make this dude go this fucking crazy, then, you know, drop it in my comment section, and I'll tell you you're full of shit. But anyway.
Long for around 4 minutes with nothing unusual happening. Then around 9:50 p.m., Brown reaches into a pocket. We've zoomed in on it here. He pulls out a pocket knife. No one notices a thing. Seconds later, he would stand up, and from behind, unprovoked, as we stopped the video, he would stab the young woman several times. She had no chance to defend herself. The attack was over in seconds, and when it was over, Brown walked through the train attempting to get off. Few passengers, if any.
Nobody did a fucking thing. They see this guy brutally stab this girl 3 times in the fucking neck. She's literally bleeding out. Nobody moves. Nobody moves. This is what they've done to our society. They have pussified our society. In these big inner cities, they've removed guns. You're not allowed to have a gun on public transit. Okay? One gun in that situation by a law-abiding citizen ends this and fucking saves this country a bunch of money and court costs. Alright? Saves a bunch of people fucking time. You pull out that gun and you fucking shoot him. Alright? If he don't care about brutally murdering somebody, then you shouldn't care about putting him down. And in this situation, until we bring back, you know, stuff like public executions for shit like this, and then it ain't about white or black, it's about wrong and right. Okay? I think the dude obviously is caught on camera. Everybody's seen what you did. You should be publicly executed. There should be no trial, no fucking jury, no chance of you ever seeing the light of fucking day. Matter of fact, you shouldn't take any more breaths. You should be all fucking done. End of story. Shit like this is crazy. And you got these people that are just standing around watching this shit. Standing around watching this shit. This girl had no fucking idea this was coming. It's a true act of a fucking coward is what it is. True act of a fucking coward.
Many at first realized what had happened until they noticed drops of blood on the floor. 90 seconds after the attack, a bystander rushes down to begin.
Hold on. Rewind that back. Rewind that back. What did he say?
Noticed drops of blood on the floor. 90 seconds after the attack, a
Oh,
bystander
there's blood,
rushes
bro.
down to begin lending aid to Zarutska. She would die from her injuries. 30 seconds later, 9:52 p.m., 6 minutes into the video, Brown leaves the light rail.
The video here shows us just how quickly things happened and how difficult it would.
It's wild, bro. Nobody tried to even stop the motherfucker. Nothing, dude. I don't know. Situations like this piss me off. And I probably shouldn't do videos like this. But people need to be aware. Be aware of your surroundings. Okay? We've been taught to be docile. Okay? Be afraid of guns. Don't notice pattern recognition. Don't check your surroundings. Put your headphones on and ignore the fucking world. No, you need to be paying attention. No headphones. Some kind of weapon to defend yourself. And in my opinion, you come into public transit like that, you need to have your back against a wall so you can see your whole surroundings. Okay? Teach your kids to never, ever relax. Ever relax. Okay? And you're saying, well, you're teaching them to be racist towards black people. No, never fucking relax. Check your surroundings. I don't give a shit what color you are. But in my opinion, specifically around black people like this. Okay? You got to check your surroundings. You got to look. If she would have came on with no headphones, not distracted, maybe noticed that the dude was not right, she wouldn't have sat by him. Now, she might have been called a racist, but she'd still be alive today. The thing is that this keeps happening, okay? This keeps happening. You gotta teach your kids to pay attention. Teach these people to pay attention. Teach the people around you to pay attention to what the fuck is going on. Because just in an instance, you could lose your life. And then this fucking clown, this news reporter, says some of the dumbest shit right here. I'm going to run it back just a little bit. I gotta set him up for the most retarded fucking comment on the internet.
How quickly things happened and how difficult it would have been to prevent once he got on the train. And that is an important part to all of this. From what we've been told, Brown never should have been on the train. Authorities tell WBTV he did not buy a ticket. Kat says it is working on ways to keep fare skippers off mass transit.
Oh, they're working on ways to keep fare skippers off of mass transits. Tell us more about these fare skippers. Are we just talking about black people? Because every time I see something fucked up happen on a public transit, it's a black person. Why don't you just come out and say it, bro? If that was a white person, they'd say, well, we gotta really watch out for these white people that are getting on these trains for free and skipping fares. They would have called the race out, particularly against white people. And this is the type of double standard I'm talking about. You can't have it both ways. Either these people, we're going to get these cities under control, and we're going to take care of this violence problem and lock some of these people up that need to be locked up. Because there's no fucking secret. Okay, this dude's a career criminal. You go back and you look, and I'll try to find it real quick and I'll pull it up. But if you go back and look down at the bottom right, it tells you he's been charged at least 6 or 7 times for particular crimes. And I'll try to find out what crimes he's been, what he's committed. Yeah, Brown's past convictions include armed robbery, felony larceny, breaking and entering, shoplifting. If they still had 3 strikes, you're out, Iryna would still be alive today. Oh man, you can't do 3 strikes, you're out. That's too harsh. No, the problem is that we're not hard enough on these people. Okay? And it's everybody. These fucking criminals gotta be put in check. And until you're willing to do something fucking out in left field, and unless you're willing to go all out, balls to the fucking wall to clean up your inner cities, all these half measures shit just ain't gonna work. And you're gonna keep hearing stories like this. You got to go all out. If I'm Donald Trump right now, wrap it up, bro. We're sending in the National Guard to clean up these fucking cities. No matter the cost, we're gonna get it done. So it is what it is. You might not like this video. You might not like my reaction or my stance on this. But we talk about all these tragic things that white people have done to black people, but then we completely ignore this. It really hasn't even been a story. It's been a story on like Fox News and shit like that, but you're not seeing this on MSNBC, CNN. You're not seeing this shit on any other news network. Hell, I was talking to somebody earlier today. They hadn't even heard about this story, and it's 3-4 days. It's 3-4 days old. If the roles were reversed, this would be on every fucking major news network in America. There would be riots in the fucking streets. I don't know. People got to wake the fuck up. I know that. Alright, I'm done. I'm done. I don't know if this video will go on YouTube or not. It might. I don't know. Caught me on a good day. Because shit like this pisses me off. You know, and I've held my tongue about the whole another trans mass shooter that shot up the school. Yeah, I might do a video on that as well. But I've held my tongue on that. That story got swept under the fucking carpet quick too. But yeah, go check this story out. Tragic loss, man. It sucks. I hate to see shit like this happen. I don't want anybody to fucking die. I don't care what race you are. But we have a black crime problem in our inner cities. And if you're not honest with yourself and admit that yourself, then you are part of the problem. You are part of the problem. It's time to clean it up. It's time to take accountability. It's time to take responsibility and start policing your own fucking race. Whether you like it or not. Okay? That's pretty much all I got. So hopefully you have a good rest of your day. God bless you. God bless your family. And God bless the United States of America. I'm out.